690 Marinaro along with Dave 32 at Master Control. It's official. The Impact had said that they were in advanced talks for the sale of Balou. And Barcelona, FC Barcelona B, tweeting out this morning that the transfer has been done, the sale is official. Balou joins Barcelona B with a release clause of $25 million in year one and up to $75 million at the end of year three. So basically what this means, for those who are unaware, is there's a contract. And Barcelona is going to want him to respect his contract. If at any point he's going to want out, the team that is going to be interested in him is going to have to be able to put up the money for the release clause. If there's a penny less, they have no right to talk to the player to see what the player would want in a player contract. So he has to play to a very, very high level for them to be able to offer that money. So this has nothing to do with this amount that's thrown out there, has nothing to do with the sale amount, and it has nothing to do with the player's salary amount. For the time being, we don't know the amount of the sale, and we don't know the amount of Balou's contract. We'll get to that in just a second. In a couple of minutes here, I want to talk to you about my experience with Balou. I met Balou when he was 12. He played for a local club called Panellinios. His coach at the time was a gentleman by the name of Luis Timoteo. And I have to tell you that Luis did a lot for Balou. A lot. Yes, Balou did a lot for Luis because he played on his team. He was a great player. They won a lot of games because of Balou. Having a guy like Balou on your team attracts a lot of players from a lot of other clubs. And you have a guy like that, I mean, it's the team stacks up in a hurry. And so it's a good situation for everyone. But Luis did a lot for Balou. Luis drove Balou here and there. Luis had Balou going to his house. He fed Balou. He dressed Balou. He drove Balou. He helped Balou out with his studies. He was a second father to Balou. He did a lot for him. Sam, another one of his coaches, did a lot for him. Panellinios, the club, they did a lot for him. So today when I think of Balou signing, I think of all those people, and, all those people deserve credit, and there are others, and maybe I don't know who else worked with him and helped him out and behind the scenes, but there were a lot of people that helped him out. And so I think of them, and they must be happy today, and good for them. When Balou, when I met him at 12, I saw him practice, and right away as I saw this kid, I said, oh my God, holy jeez, who is this kid? By the time he was 13, he went to a tournament in Portugal called the Mundialito. And so he played on a team under the Montreal banner that went to Mundialito. My son played in the same tournament. Balou was 13, my son was 9. So my son and the other kids from Montreal that were at that tournament in Portugal, they all had a chance to hang around with Balou. They all, they practiced with Balou. They watched Balou's games. And everyone he was on everyone's mouths, everyone's minds. It's Balou, 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 Balou. He was amazing. He's a special talent. This is really cool because Balou has realized a dream. And I tweeted this earlier this morning. But all those kids that went to that tournament and hung out with Balou, all the kids that played with Balou, all the kids that played against Balou, all the kids from Quebec who know Balou, and all the kids from Quebec who don't even know Balou, but now know Balou because of the news that broke, this is special because he realized the dream, but all those kids realized the dream too. And yes, Balou was born with a God-given talent, and maybe a talent that Others can't match. But this is a message that if you want something, and Balou wanted it, and he wanted it bad, and he worked at it, because talent alone can only get you so far. If you don't work at your talent, and if you don't work, even if you don't have that much talent, you're never going to be able to make it to the top. This gives all the kids playing soccer in our city, in our province, in our country, it gives them hope that if he could do it, they could do it. On another note, I'm expecting the impact, or I'm hoping that the impact will let us know what the amount of the transfer was. I mean, every single club in the world sells a player. The second he's sold, the transfer amount is made public to everyone. I have no idea why the transfer amount has not been made public. That's pretty. This is a huge. It's the first player that the Montreal Impact is selling. We'd like to know. But in the meantime, good for Balou. God bless him. He's going to be training with the likes of Lionel Messi. He's not going to be playing on the first team. But the second team and the first team, they often train together. They often train side by side. They often train half a pitch each. They often intra-squad. He's going to be training with Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez and Dembele and Coutinho and Iniesta, and the list goes on and on. What a story. Fantastic. 11 o'clock update is around the corner. Kids, if he can do it, you can do it. But you have to believe and you have to work. Nothing comes easy in life. We've got 11 o'clock update around the corner.